Today we are taking over Manchester City for the next 10 seasons to see how many points they can gather on the Takeover leaderboard. If they can challenge Real Madrid atop the leaderboard, that is going to be the big task of today's Takeover. A little reminder of how the points tally works. You get 5 points for the big one, the UEFA Champions League. 3 points for winning either the Europa League or the Europa Conference League. Also 3 points for winning the domestic league. In Manchester City's case, this is the Premier League, of course. And finally, 1 point for any other cup competition, be it a national cup competition like the Community Shield, or even the UEFA Super Cup, the Carabao Cup, or the FA Cup. The big question today is, can Manchester City equal Real Madrid's 72 points established in the last takeover, or even go beyond that? That is what we are going to find out today. Of course, as per usual, even though Rodri is injured for the season, he will play in the takeover. It is just fair to Manchester City and to the other teams who also had their best players available, even if they were injured. So this is the Manchester City side we are working with, and to be honest, we are not having too much of an issue here in terms of players. All the players are over 80 overall already. Doku, the lowest rated in the starting 11. We have players like Haaland, the absolute superstar. De Bruyne in midfield alongside Rodri and Silva. A very good defense. Walker is already 34. That is something we need to keep an eye on. In typical Pep Guardiola fashion, we are using a tactical preset of tiki-taka. Let those players dominate the games. That is how I think Manchester City can be the most successful club in the next decade. And so the first player we go in for in this Manchester City takeover is a backup striker who has only got a sporadic squad role. He's 79 rated, coming in from PSG. The Portuguese striker Gonçalo Ramos joining us for 31 million at Manchester City. With Ramos coming onto that bench, this is already looking much more balanced, especially in the striking force. We have Haaland now being backed up by Gonçalo, so I don't think we will need to do a lot of work here. We have Savinho and Grealish both on the left wing who are on the bench, but Doku for now is the starter. I actually do believe that Savinho gets this starting spot. He's only 20 and an exciting prospect. Season 1 with Manchester City is over, and we can right away add 3 points onto the leaderboard as we are the champions of the Premier League. 5 points ahead of Arsenal on 88 points. Add another point to that as we've also beaten Man United to win the Community Shield. Aston Villa win the FA Cup over Newcastle. Here we've been beaten by Fulham very early doors in round 4. But however, we do win the Carabao Cup, defeating Brighton, making it the 5th point in Season 1. We finished in 6th place in the UEFA Champions League phase, 0 losses. Went straight to the round of 16 where we got defeated by PSG. Even though we were ahead in Paris 2-0, we lost 4-1 at home. That is embarrassing. We are looking at 48 goals by Erling Haaland, who is up to a 93. Incredible. 26 goals and 12 assists by Foden, also up to a 90. De Bruyne has gone down to an 88. Still 20 goals for him and 21 assists. And even 20 goals for Jack Grealish. Season 1 ends with the Premier League title, the most important thing. Also Carabao and FA Community Shield winner. Only round 4 in the FA Cup. And of course only the round of 16 in the Champions League. That needs to improve in season number 2. In season 1 we didn't change a lot of things, but I do believe that in season 2 we need to get rid of certain players who are old. A bit of that would clear out. Walker is now 35, he's down to an 80 overall. Gündogan is 34, 83 overall. Kovacic is also relatively old, so a new centre midfielder is on the cards. Nunez is only 79 rated. We have a lot of players here still on the reserves that I want to get rid. And so the first signing we make in season number 2 is a new centre midfielder. A game changer for present and future. It is the Portuguese Vitinha joining us for 95 million plus Mateus Nunes from PSG. We have proceeded to make an ungodly amount of sales. Maximo Peron to Fiorentina for nearly 16 million. Issa Kabore to Galatasaray for 15.5. Calvin Phillips goes to Bournemouth. Ilkay Gundogan leaves us, going to Aston Villa. Thank you for your service, mate, but it was time to go at 34. Kyle Walker, same for him. He goes back to Tottenham for 13.6 million. Jadel Katongo goes to Cadiz. Finley Burns to Bristol. Callum Doyle to Palermo, a talent, but he was never going to start in our team. And then again, a whole list of loans. And so our new right back coming into the club for the next few years, our starter. Rico Lewis will probably go out on loan for a couple of years, because this man is going to take all the game time. Coming in from Barcelona, it is Jules Koundé for 100 million on the dot. We've also made the tough decision to cash in on Jack Grealish for 90 million. He goes back to Aston Villa, to where he came from. We've nearly got the budget back that we spent on him, actually. Bringing in a man who is an absolute super talent, probably will win Ballon d'Ors in the future. The perfect Jack Grealish replacement, because he's only 18 but already at the same overall than the Englishman. We were quite lucky because Lamine Yamal's contract was expiring. He still cost us 100 million from Barcelona. And so this is how we are looking like. Foden and Yamal on the wings. Haaland through the middle. Doku and Savinho actually on the bench. An absolute super team. Vitinha also now on the bench even. Even though he's 87 rated. Silva and De Bruyne, who will probably go down, are still above him in the pecking order. Diaz has the second season, and shock, we are only in third place, just on the same points as Aston Villa, who are in fourth as well. What has happened here? Arsenal are the Premier League champions. We have drawn too many games, that is the problem. 12 draws, only 4 losses, but 12 draws have killed us. We have, however, collected a point in the Community Shield, defeating Aston Villa 4-1. Man United win the FA Cup over Southampton. We have been beaten by Ipswich Town in round 5 at home. That was not great. The Carabao goes to Spurs over Liverpool. We don't win that either, as we've been defeated by Southampton in the quarterfinals. Once again, no good cups this season. We, however, do finish in the 4th position in the Champions League phase. Went straight to the round of 16, where we absolutely crushed Atletico Madrid. Quarters, we even defeated PSV. In the semis, we just about overcame Borussia Dortmund on penalties to face Bayern Munich for the first 5 points of this takeover, which we get. 2-0 win over Bayern, 5 points onto the leaderboard. I mean, 64 goal contributions for Haaland in 61 games is crazy. 35 for Foden as well. 31 for Silva. 22 goal contributions for Doku, who has played 59 games. So where is Lamine Yamal? I mean, what has happened to Lamine Yamal? Where is he? Only 6 games. Are you kidding me, guys? 1 assist, 6 games. That needs to change ASAP. Only 3rd in the Premier League, which is not good enough. Winner of the Community and winner of course, the Champions League. But no cups, no FA Cup, no Carabao Cup. We still need to work on consistency. To start off our transfer window, we've gone in for Ronald Araujo at centre-back, because Akanji wanted to leave the club, so we've put Akanji in a swap deal, plus 95 million for the big Barcelona centre-back. We've gone in for 1 Barcelona player. Now it is time to go in for Real Madrid centre midfielder. We've still got a few old players like Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne, and that's why Federico Valverde comes in from Madrid for 150 million plus Mateo Kovacic going the other way. We've once again made a clear out, selling Kevin De Bruyne to Newcastle United for 42 million. He was already 35 and down to an 86. Jacob Wright goes to Luton and Joshua Wilson-Esbrand to Burnley. I mean, would you look at this starting 11? An incredible team. With, of course, the additions of Valverde at 90 overall, 28 years of age, and Araujo, 27, 89. Haaland still up top. Hopefully Yamal will get more game time. He's 1986 rated. You have to play him. We make one more signing for the future here in season number 3. A 17-year-old, 80 overall from Newcastle. Another winger with the potential to be special. It is Alfie Hotz from Newcastle United for 60 million. Season number 3 is done and dusted, and we are back atop the Premier League with just 2 points ahead of Chelsea, but 3 points onto the leaderboard. The FA Cup goes to Arsenal over Fulham. Here we've been defeated in round 3 already by Leicester. That was not a great showing. Carabao, we win that over Spurs, our next point onto the board. We also win the UEFA Super Cup over Liverpool, 1-0. In the Champions League, we finished in 6th place with 2 losses in the league phase, went straight to the round of 16, where we defeated Marseille. We tanked them, in fact. We then just about overcame Bayern 7-6 on aggregate after winning 5-2 in Munich. And then we beat Milan 4-3 on aggregate to face Dortmund. And once again, we win the Champions League, back to back. Well done against Dortmund, on penalties as well. We are looking at 48 goals again by Haaland, 95 rated, 33 by Doku, who must have played once again all the games, 28 for Foden. But what I want to know is, where is once again Lamine Yamal? 9 games only, that is not good enough. The main thing I want to do right now is bring in a goalkeeper for the future here in season number 4. And that's exactly what we've done, a 20-year-old Frenchman. He will take Stéphane Ortega's place as soon as this guy retires. Gaspard Boucher for 45 million, coming in from Nantes. And well, what we want to do is go in for an exciting prospect, a free agent, actually a couple of free agents that are now available and going into our squad here. The first one being Jorge Tavares, a Portuguese striker, maybe the Cristiano Ronaldo regen, joining us on the from the free agency list. And the second one, also a free agent, joining us certainly for the future. We'll probably get loaned out in the first season, just like the other 2 we've bought. This here is a centre-back by the name of Matteo Schulz, a German, joining us once again for €0. With the 3, Boucher 2082 entering the club, the goalkeeper, Schulz 1879 and Tavares also 1879. We have finished the transfer business with 3 very good players, especially for the future. So we have loaned out Schulz, Tavares, Boucher, Luis and Echeverri. So the 3 players we've bought have all been loaned out to get their game time. Nico O'Reilly, Kaiki and Dalla all get sold as well. And I know this is crazy, but we've actually loaned out Lamine Yamal for a couple of years to Wolves, just to give him the game time he deserves, because it doesn't look likely at the beginning of the season that he will get game time, and I don't want his talent to be wasted, so let's give him some game time in the Premier League at a lower ranked club. The team is still very big. We do have Silva, who goes on to that right wing. I want to replace him with Sabinho. Doku was also still on that bench. Silva on the bench as well for the midfield. We have a fantastic 4 is done and dusted, and once again we are the champions. 4 points ahead of Liverpool. 3 points onto the leaderboard. Make that 4, as we've also defeated Arsenal to win the FA Community Shield once again. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool over Aston Villa. We just can't do anything in the FA Cup. We've lost to Wolves 1-0 in the 3rd round. This is embarrassing. But then again, we win the Carabao Cup over Nottingham Forest. Once again, another point. We also win the UEFA Super Cup over Sparta Prague. But we only finished in 13th place in the Champions League phase. That's the worst so far. What has happened there? We had to go to a playoff round where we defeated Galatasaray 4-2. Round of 16, where are we? We overcame Dortmund 4-1. Quarterfinals, just about beating Milan on penalties. Semis, we've even beaten Wolfsburg. What are they doing in the Champions League semi-finals? But we will face Bayern, another German side, for another 5 points, which we get absolutely tonking Bayern in the final, 4-1. I mean, Erling Haaland is just a different gravy. 44 goals, he's always so far ahead of everyone else, even 12 assists for him. We are on track of attacking Real Madrid in terms of the leaderboard. 11 points only in season number 4. Let's crack on with season 5. We make a couple of changes in season number 5, bringing in a big player in centre midfield, replacing Bernardo Silva in the long run. His contract was expiring at PSG. It is João Neves joining us for 80 million on the dot. An absolutely absurd transfer we make now. A centre-back with only 21 but already 88 rated. Replacing John Stones in a swap deal plus money. 120 million to be exact. It is Levin Maya joining us from Olympique Lyon. Maya goes on to that bench, 28, 88 rated, an absolute superstar. Hotz came back from loan, will get another loan move though. We have Neves on the reserves. Silva is still going strong at 89, but he will go down. And so Season 5 is over, and once again we win the Premier League. By a big margin as well, 9 points ahead of Liverpool. We've also won the Community Shield over Liverpool as well. Another point onto the board. The FA Cup goes to Liverpool over Aston Villa. Once again, we've been relatively poor in the FA Cup, getting beat by Coventry in round 4. The Carabao goes to Brighton over Aston Villa. And even here, we've been poor, losing out to Birmingham City in round 3. We do, however, batter Man United to win the UEFA Super Cup. And finished in first place in the Champions League phase, straight to the round of 16. Where we beat Sevilla 9-5 on aggregate. Wow. Quarterfinals, we even battered Bayern Munich 6-2. We then defeated Leipzig 3-0 to face Leverkusen, who we also defeat. Another 5 points onto the board, a successful season. 45 goals for Haaland, 18 assists, 63 goal contributions in 60 games is crazy. 56 for Foden, 25 even for Jeremy Doku. At the halfway point of this takeover, we are already on 42 points, only 30 points off Real Madrid. At this rate, we will catch the Galacticos. We start off Season 6 by going in for a backup to Rodri. We didn't have a CDM on the bench, I realized, and so we've gone in for a 22-year-old. Jorge Marin from Argentina, coming from to us from Olympique Marseille for 97 million. We've then found a superb left-back replacement rotation to our starter, with of course Guardiol. From the free agency list, even better, it is Brais Calderon joining us, 21 years old, a left-back. So Yamal returns to us, he's 89 rated. He came, of course, he went on a loan for 2 years, now he's back. Hopefully he will get his game time this season. But certainly, Boucher is now on the bench as Stefan Ortega's contract was expiring. I didn't renew it because this man was returning. And then we have Marin with a CDM 85 rated at 22. Calderon, Luis has returned from loan, but he will go on another loan move. Calderon is listed as a right back, but he's actually a left back because left-footed. We've effectively made a little bit of a clear out, selling both Gonzalo Ramos and Bernardo Silva to Borussia Dortmund, respectively, at the end of season number 6. And once again, a Premier League title has been secured. 8 points out of Chelsea. Another point, defeating Liverpool in the Community Shield on penalties as well. Spurs win the FA Cup, we still cannot win that, as we have been defeated by Sunderland on penalties. How is that even possible? No Carabao Cup either, as West Ham win that over Liverpool on penalties, whilst we've been defeated on penalties as well by West Ham. We do get our 5th point of the season, defeating VfB Stuttgart in the UEFA Super Cup. And we finished in 2nd place in the UEFA Champions League, sandwiched between 2 German sides, going straight to the round of 16, where we defeat Stuttgart again. We also defeat Real Madrid, actually, 6-4 on aggregate. Semi-finals, it's looking good. We defeat Arsenal to make another final against Leverkusen, which we lose on penalties, though. First Champions League final loss. Do you need to say anything more? 42 goals for Haaland, 33 for Foden, 21 for Vitinha, and 21 for Doku. But once again, my question is, where is Yamal? At least 4 goals. 15 games is not great, though. This has been our poorest season for some time now. Although we've won the Premier League, we've lost the Champions League final. We once again got knocked out early doors in both cups. 5 points in Season 6. To start off Season number 7, we go in for a backup striker. who will come good in the last 2 or 3 seasons, but now for season 7 he will probably get loaned out. A free agent Englishman by the name of Luis Parra, striker, 18 years old, 82 rated already. I'm also gonna go in for a new goalkeeper replacing Ederson, although we had this French guy who is also very good, but we will have some competition now in nets. By the name of Adriano Cardoso, a goalkeeper joining us for 100 million from Real Madrid, plus Ederson. I'm not gonna go in for this guy, because we are already stacked at wing positions, but look at this man, Alex de Souza, 98 rated at 24 years of age. What a crazy player. Is that a Vinicius pre-gen or something? And so with Cardoso in at 2088, this is how we are looking like. Diaz is still holding down that centre-back spot, but Meyer on the bench is very close to him as well at 2389. We have Tavares on the bench, but Pa will probably get loaned out, the other new man, 1882. Season 7 is done with us being the champions by a big margin once again. 12 points ahead of West Ham, 3 points on the leaderboard. We however lose the Community Shield final this time against Spurs. Spurs also win the FA Cup over Bournemouth. Here we've been beaten by Middlesbrough in round 4. How is that even possible? I don't know. We at least win the Carabao Cup over Chelsea. That has been one of our best competitions. We only finished in 20th place in the Champions League phase. How is that even possible with that super team? In the playoff round we defeated Monaco. We even defeated Sevilla. We crushed them in the round of 16. We then beat Barcelona. But we lost to Bayern Munich on penalties in the semis. Only 4 points in Season 7. It's going down. And I want us to go up again in terms of trophies. So we'll need to do something in Season 8. To start off Season 8, we make a little bit of a swap deal. Straight swap deal. A 21-year-old comes in. Just to get rid of Doku so that Lamine Yamal will get more game time. Doku is already about 30. So Antoine Luis comes in from PSG in a straight swap deal. I've also found a new CDM replacing Rodri, coming this season already. Rodri is now 35, this man is 21, and he's already nearly the same overall than the Spaniard. Jesse Brewer, an Englishman joining us from Leverkusen for 210 million, incredible. We have effectively managed to sell both Rico Lewis to Villarreal for 56 million and Rodri to Aston Villa for 88 million. How have they got that money? I don't know. But Rodri, although he's still 93 rated, he's already 35. And Jesse Brewer is already 91, so he will take over from here. It's also the time for Ruben Diaz to go onto the bench. Cardoso hasn't developed as much as Boucher has, so Boucher goes into that starting 11. Brewer at 21.91 at the on the CDM spot. Yamal finally, hopefully nailing down the right wing spot. Hodge comes back. An exceptional season, 92 points, 22 ahead of West Ham in second. I mean, an absolute world-class season again. We also win the Community Shield, dismantling Spurs 3-0. The FA Cup goes to Burnley over Birmingham City. What is that final? We have been beaten by Birmingham City in the quarterfinals. I mean, the FA Cup is really our enemy in this save. However, we do win another Carabao Cup, defeating Bournemouth 2-1. We've also once again finished in the second place this time. After 20th last time, something like that. We are second and immediately go to the round of 16, where we dispatched Celtic 4-1. In the quarterfinals, we just about overcame West Ham 5-4. In the semis, we tore Real Madrid apart 5-1 to beat Dortmund in the final. Once again, 5 points onto the leaderboard. Foden has overtaken Haaland in terms of goal contributions. 96 rated, 99 rated Haaland. That is just crazy. Alfie Hodge has grown to a 91. He's played 64 games. That is crazy, I think. Yeah, Yamal still only plays 10 games. What is happening, guys? I have brought out Doku. Now, this guy Hodge comes back and he steals all the game time. After 2 seasons of producing a blank in the Champions League, we are finally back at it. 10 points is also the best in a few seasons now. Let's jump into the final 2 seasons to make as many points as possible. The only switch we make in season number 9, the second final to final season, is bringing in a new centre-back who replaces Ruben Diaz on the bench. It is the Aston Villa centre-back Peter Bakker, 23 years old, 88 rated, for 90 million plus Ruben Diaz. We've actually also managed to sell Savinho, and he went to Manchester United. He made a Carlos Tevez reverse happen here. With Bakker coming into that bench, he's 88 rated. I mean, we've completed our squad. Just look at the sheer depth we've got. The starting 11, everyone is in their 90s, without an exception. We have a 99 rated Haaland, a 92 rated CDM, two 94 rated CMs, a fantastic backline, a great goalkeeper. Everything is falling into place. With 2 seasons to go, we are on 61 points, 11 points behind Real Madrid. So with a good season or two, we can still win the league in season 9 with 21 points ahead of Spurs. I mean, the second place team was very bad this season. 18 wins, 8 draws, 12 losses. We've absolutely crushed Burnley in the FA Community Shield as well. 5-1, another point. But we've lost the FA Cup final on penalties. The first time we've reached the FA Cup final in a long time. But we lose it. Newcastle win the Carabao over West Ham. Here we've been beaten by West Ham in the quarter-finals. We've also won the UEFA Super Cup over Monaco on penalties, so another point. And in the UEFA Champions League phase, we finished in 5th place, went straight to the round of 16 where we defeated Leipzig. We defeated West Ham in the quarters, and we even just about overcame PSG in the semis to face Liverpool, who we defeated in all-English affair, to win yet another Champions League. That must be the record now. We are looking at 37 goals by Haaland. Once again, he's the top man. Louis with 29. We've got Foden with 28. Louis has really stepped up to the plate. We are actually only 1 point behind Real Madrid with 1 season to go on the Takeover leaderboard. So the big question will be, can we overtake them? It should be possible by the rate we are going at here. For the final season, we are replacing Jules Koundé at right back with a man from Barcelona, funnily enough again. He's 24 years old, 91 rated, Mason Bartlett, for 284 million. We've also signed a disgustingly good centre-back, 26 years old, 96 rated, unbelievable actually. I've had him on my radar for a few seasons now, but he was never approachable actually. This Caio Teixeira, coming in for 209 million plus Jules Koundé. And so Teixeira is replacing an aging 34-year-old Araujo. Of course, 26, 96 rated. What are those ratings? I mean, Maya 92 rated. We've got an unbelievable bench, an unbelievable first 11. I don't even know what to say. Bartlett, 91 rated at 24. This is an absolute super team, and we will beat Real Madrid. I am relatively... The final season is done and dusted, and we've already equaled the points of course, Real Madrid by winning the Community Shield over Chelsea. We are on 72 points right now. Make that 75. We are the new leaders and we deserve it as well. 100 points, 30 points ahead of Spurs. Bournemouth in third. What is going on? We miss out on winning the FA Cup again, losing to Crystal Palace in the final. I mean, I think we've never ever won this. And this is, we even lose the Carabao Cup final to Bournemouth 2-1. We do win the UEFA Super Cup over Lyon, though. That is good. And we finish in first place, 7 points out of Bournemouth in the UEFA Champions League phase. That is good. Round of 16, where are we? We defeated PSG even. Wow, what are they doing in the round of 16 here against us? But we also defeat Real Sociedad and Real Madrid. We trashed them, in fact, to face Napoli in the Champions League final. Can we make it? Round it off with a Champions League win? Yes. 3-0, tonking Napoli in the final. We have 49 goals for Louis, 46 for Foden and 43 for Haaland. That is crazy. This front three is absolutely disgusting. And this is your final squad here at, of course, Manchester City. Teixeira 96, Maya 92, Guardiol 32 but still 94 rated. An unbelievable front three, an unbelievable midfield as well. And a fantastic goalkeeper in Boucher. Even the bench is looking absolutely brilliant. I'm a bit sad I couldn't make anything more out of, get anything more out of Yamal. But oh well, that will be for another takeover or rebuild. With that Champions League win in the final season, we've actually done a very good business here. We are on 81 points after 10 seasons, 9 ahead of Real Madrid, 9 league titles, 5 domestic cups, and 7 Champions Leagues. That is crazy. I mean, the Manchester City takeover has been an absolute success. 81 points is absolutely crazy. But guys, if you enjoyed this takeover and want to see me do this with different clubs, then please, by all means, drop your ideas down in the comments. Also, like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the growth of my channel massively. I'm gonna see you again in the next one in a couple of days. Until then, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. I'm out.